What's up, y'all? Chris Elson from Coldwell Banker back for another week of First Time Home Buyer Friday. And this week we're with Kelly Motter from State Farm Insurance out of Cheswick, PA. And she's going to be answering some of our insurance questions.
Hi, I'm Kelly. I'm a State Farm agent in Cheswick, Pennsylvania, and I've been an agent just under 3 years.
So Kelly, I'm in a search for a home. How much should I insure my home for? And should I insure it for the purchase price or another price?
That's a really great question. So you and your agent should work together to insure your home for what we call the estimated replacement cost of the home, which means that they should be able to factor in certain elements of your home so that they can determine a number of how much labor cost and material cost the insurance company would need to rebuild your home should it be a total loss. And it's not uncommon to see that number be a different number than what you're actually purchasing your home for, which is why it would be important to meet with your agent and discuss that.
Okay, Kelly, so what are some other coverage items I should look for on my homeowners?
So that is a great question. So a couple other things you may want to consider, and truly there are many, especially depending on the company that you choose to insure your home with.
Okay.
A couple other things to consider. Are there other elements of the property that are not physically attached to your home that you would want to make sure are covered properly? Those types of things can include a shed, a detached garage, a pool, something of that nature. You'll want to make sure that's factored in correctly.
So Kelly, when I'm looking at deductibles, what should I look for and how do I choose the deductible that's right for me?
It's a really good question. When you're thinking about your homeowner's insurance, you need to consider the policy for what it is, and it's protection against financial devastation.
Okay.
It's really important that you don't put a deductible in place that's so low that it could potentially tempt you into filing what we call a nuisance claim. But you want to make sure that your deductible isn't so high that if you do have a major loss at your home, such as a fire, that your deductible then is all of a sudden unaffordable. You want to try to find an amount that you can come up with in the event of a loss, but isn't so low that you're paying a high premium and filing what we're called those nuisances.
Hey Kelly, explain to me replacement cost versus actual cost.
So here's the best example. So Chris, do you have a couch at your place right now?
Yes.
All right. If you were going to sell me that couch tomorrow, how much do you think I would reasonably pay you for it?
$100.
$100. Okay. So what you did when you calculated the amount for that couch is you factored in the depreciation and the fact that you used that couch over the last certain number of years.
Absolutely.
You came to the conclusion of the actual cash value of that couch.
Yep.
But Chris, if that couch were going to burn up in a fire, would you want that $100 or would you want a new couch?
I need a new couch.
You would need a new couch, and that's totally reasonable. That's what we call the replacement cost.
Okay.
So every insurance company writes things a little bit different, but I think most agents would agree that your home and the contents inside of it should be insured at replacement cost.
Okay.
So it's just important that you understand that policy so that if you have a loss, you're not disappointed when you go to follow through on that.
So really, you want to look for an insurance agent that you can kind of create a long-term relationship with, right?
Well, obviously I'm biased, right? Because I'm a State Farm agent and we've been around for a really long time. But even prior to becoming an agent, it was important to me to make sure that I knew who I could call if I had a question.
Right.
I knew who I could call if I had a claim. I knew who I could call if my life changed and I needed to understand how that affected my policy, my bill. So that's the way that I choose to run all of my personal finances. And so I think that this is too important to leave up to chance.
Sure. So Kelly, when I'm in search for a new insurance company, maybe I don't have one yet, how do I choose the best company?
Yeah, so I would say choose them like you would choose anything else in your life that's super important to you, right? Is this person calling you back in a timely manner? Or are they having someone on their team call you back, right? Because agents, we all have team. Are they communicating with you directly? Are they communicating with you clearly? Are they asking you questions? Are they inviting you to take the time to understand the policy with them?
Right.
Or do you feel like you're just a number to them, right? Do you call like a 1-800 number and they say, hey, here's your premium, and you feel like, well, this would probably be my premium no matter who I was or no matter what circumstance I was in. Many people start, when they're a first-time home buyer, they start their process with their car insurance company, and that is a great place to start. Oftentimes there are multi-policy discounts that you can take advantage of.